Hello, welcome to the Supercars. Warning, check your oil level. Very important to check your oil on any car, especially a supercar. I'm going to show you how to do it on a Lamborghini Gallardo. So here's the process of checking your oil on a Lamborghini Gallardo. First of all, start the car, get it running, make sure that the oil temperature is above 80 degrees Celsius. Then rev it at 2000 RPM for 2 minutes. That gets the oil circulating around the engine. Then turn off the engine and check your oil within a minute. So that's how it's done. Now, before we get onto that, I'm going to tell you what oil you should be putting in your Gallardo. So it's 5W40 is what's recommended. AGET is what Lamborghini actually recommend when this car was manufactured. But any fully synthetic, good brand, Mobil oil, castor oil, any of those, Shell, any of those top brands, that's the ones that you should be using on your car. So don't cheap out on the oil. If you're running in quite cold conditions, 0W40 is good, and if you're going to be using it on the track or in hard conditions or in very hot kind of climates, maybe you want to go up towards 20W50. Again, look at the manufacturer's guidelines and follow what they say. So it's massively important to check your oil. If your oil level is low, then it can cause extensive wear on your engine parts. So just think of like gears and stuff moving around very high speeds. There's no oil in between those. It's going to just wear them out. Whereas it should be just, nicely lubricated so that there's no wear at all or very little. So make sure you do it. If you don't, you could end up with a seized engine, and that's bye-bye engine. The service schedule for an oil and filter change on a Gallardo is every 7,500 miles or 12,000 kilometers. So it's not bad, it's actually very good. Or once a year, whichever is first. Usually once a year happens first. Okay, now we're going to start the car and let it warm up to above 80 degrees Celsius on the oil temperature, and then we can rev it at 2000 RPM for 2 minutes. Now the reason why it's a bit different on this car is because it's got a dry sump engine, so the oil is in a separate canister, and that's why the procedure on this is a little bit different from your normal car. Okay, now the engine is fully warmed up. Now we can rev it at 2000 RPM for 2 minutes. Alright, that's 2 minutes at 2000 RPM, and we'll check the oil now. Should check it within a minute after you stop the engine. Put the gloves on because it's going to be hot. I suspect I will have to top it up a little bit because I usually do after maintenance, as it takes a while for the oil to get all around the engine. But we shall see. Take it out, clean it off. So there's the 3 marks. That's very, very low, medium, high. So it should be ideally in here. This is the normal operating range. So let's see what we got. All the way down. So it looks like it's just here. So it needs a bit of a top up. So we shall get some oil and we shall top it up. And the job will be a good one. That's why it's important to check. I could be driving this car when it's a bit low on oil, and you don't want to be doing that. It can cause a lot of damage. Where the engine could seize the engine, bye-bye supercar. So here's the warning, check your oil. It's important to note that Lamborghini say that this engine will burn or can burn approximately 1 litre of oil per 1,000 kilometers driven. So that's
it will burn some oil, but 1 litre per 1,000 kilometers is probably a lot. I guess I'll find out over the next few weeks and months, just to see how accurate that is. I didn't check this engine before or just after it came from the garage. This is the first time I checked, and it's been a few weeks now, and I've driven it quite a bit, and you can see that it does need oil. So I'm going to get more oil, top it up, put it up to the top mark, and just see then how much oil it uses per 1,000 kilometers, and I'll let you know. So that's it, guys. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up, please subscribe, hit the notification button, and I will see you all in the next video. Until then, keep the revs up.